Well, hello there, friends. Another fantastic recipe today. We're making prime rib with the horseradish and sun-dried tomato crust. Reverse sear, so it's beautiful, the same cooking all the way through. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell. Stay tuned, friends. We're making it right now together. Okay, friends, the moment I've been waiting for. This is the beautiful prime rib right there, friends. This is actually a rib roast. Prime rib would be if this was prime. This is not prime. I couldn't find a prime. I found choice. It's beautiful choice, though. When you get it, my friends, this is a 3-bone. You see, 1, 2, 3 bones. That's going to be for about 6 people. 6 person or 6 people? 6 of them. If I come over, you better get a bigger one. Only kidding. So we're going to do that. And last year I made it just like that, friends, with a fat in it and everything. I just did it like this, and I took the bone after I cooked it. This year, a lot of people have asked, can you please do one boneless and without the fat in it and everything? So I'm going to do a beautiful rib roast without the ribs. Very simple to do, friends. We're going to take the bones out. Really simple. I'm going to show you how to do it. And then we're going to clean it up, and then we're going to make that beautiful a crust that I'm going to do on it, okay? So, as you can see, there's a bone right there. Oh, one more thing I got to tell you. When you buy it, friends, you want to make sure you buy it from the chuck hand, because you can get that beautiful spinelli muscle right here. You see? This, look at that. Look, it's like butter. This is, if you notice, this is spinelli muscle right there. And if you notice on the other side, friends, it's very small, you see? As it gets toward the other side of it, we don't get hardly any of that, and we know we love this so much, and that we want to make sure we get it. So it's from the chuck end. You'd ask for the chuck end, okay? All right, so now we're going to remove the bone, friends. It's very simple to remove the bone, okay? No, your butcher can do it for you, okay? You need a boning knife. It helps with a boning knife. We're going to cut in a little bit, and then we're going to separate it. The secret, my friends, is to make sure that we keep our knife on the bone and your finger out of the way, and we're going to see, at the beginning it's a little difficult. You grab it, you go, oh my goodness. Make sure your knife is on the bone, friends, the whole time you're cutting. On the bone. You see, like, my knife is on the bone, and I'm scraping the bone. And you can see, I'm going to show you in a minute, okay? I'm going to get a position first, and then I'll take the camera, and I'll put it right in there. You see, look, my knife, friends, is on the bone. So you may also need a bigger knife if you want. A scraping, and you scrape the bone. You see, look. And you're pushing it down. It'll help you. Keep the knife on the bone. See? Catching it down, all the way down to the end. All the way down to the end. And when you get to the end, you can flip it on the other side, and you can release it that way also. Makes it very simple. You see? Voila. Now this, this is a ribs right there, friends. This is our ribs right there. We can save them. We're going to use it. Okay, we're going to clean a little bit more. You know, I don't really like all that fat right there, but some people love it. So you can do whatever you want. It's really up to you. It always is up to you, friends. It's your ribs. It's your roast. This is very expensive. Mamma mia, I'll take a second mortgage on a house. This is so expensive. But we don't do it all the time, right? We do it once in a while only. So now, in the front right there, you got a huge fat cap right there. And you can help yourself with your fingers, friends. By the way, the knife I'm using is the boning knife. How much you remove on this part is really up to you. Okay? How much you remove is really up to you. We're not going to throw all this stuff away, friends. We're going to save it. But if we want to make a beautiful roast, we got to get rid of it. See? And we're going to cut it straight. Like I said, I'm not throwing this away, friends. This will make a beautiful stock. This will be wonderful. We are trying to create a fat-free, kind of fat-free. Like I said, for those of you that like the fat, friends, don't be afraid to use the other video that we did. It's beautiful. We're going to cook with the same principle. We're going to do the reverse sear. That's really the perfect way to do it. How much fat you remove? It's up to you, my friends. I like to be nice and clean because I'm going to give it a different crust. It's very elegant and it's easy for you. All you got to do, friends, is cut it. That's all you got to do. You see, look. To spend a little more time, if you really want it to be clean, it's very simple. You see, a child could do this. Cut it. There you go. Let's not remove too much now. The least possible amount. But if I don't remove it, friends, you know what's going to happen? My crust that I'm going to put on it is going to be removed anyway because it's going to melt and my crust is going to be removed, you see? So I want to get rid of this. See? All right. Friends, I'm going to take a few more minutes to clean it. I don't want to make the video longer than it has to be. Clean it a bit more in the back. We're not going to put a crust in the back, so I'm not too concerned about cleaning the back. But a little bit is okay. And then we're going to come back and we're going to finish to put the crust on it. All right? We can leave the fat right there. This is going to be a top, and this is going to be gorgeous. All right? I'm going to finish it up, clean it up a little bit more, and then we'll put the crust and we'll put it in the oven. But before we do that, now we're going to take it and we're going to put the salt on it. We're going to put the salt on it, friends. On all the way around it. You got to leave it in there for a few hours, my friend. Okay, 4 or 5 hours. If you have time, do it overnight, my friends. Do it overnight if you have the time, okay? We're going to remove just a little bit more, and voila. We put it on a rack. Don't be afraid. It looks like a lot of salt. Don't worry about it. It's not. All this is going to penetrate. It's going to make the crust nice, beautiful, dry. We're going to put it on a rack right here, friends. And this rack right there is going to allow the air to circulate. It's going to allow the salt to penetrate. And an hour and a half from now, I just turn it on the other side like this. And then we're going to finish it up with a crust. That's all there is to it. Pretty simple, right? Be back in a few minutes. All right, friends. While the roast beef is resting with the salt on it, we are now going to make the breadcrumb that we're going to put in. I'm going to put the pecorino romano, just a little bit of pecorino romano, a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano. Maybe buy some good cheese now. You buy good cheese, you make good stuff. And then I got a little trick here, friends. I like to put a little bit of cornstarch on the cheese. It avoids it from sticking to itself. Otherwise, it gets all gummy. Okay, so we're going to process this a little bit. I always do the cheese first. It's easier, right? And then we're going to put a little more. Let's do a little more. See, the cheese got a good head start. It's very important, right? And then we're going to put a little bit of sun-dried tomatoes. Those are wet sun-dried tomatoes. I mean, they're not in oil, but they're moist when I buy them. We're going to put a little bit of parsley. Chopped parsley. You know, I like to use the curly parsley. Sometimes I use the Italian parsley. It depends. We're going to put a little bit of salt. Not too much because the cheese is going to be salty already, right? We're going to put a little bit of garlic. Little chopped garlic. Put as much or as little as you want. Really. That's really a matter of opinion here. Then we're going to put a little bit of horseradish. A little bit of horseradish. It's going to make it nice and wet. It's going to give us the horseradish that is going to go great with the horseradish sauce. This is a prepared horseradish. I love it. It's very simple to use. Getting fresh horseradish these days is not easy, friends. Not easy at all. It used to be that every grocery store had it. No, you can't find it. So you got to use the prepared one. I know some of you out there grow it. You're lucky. Good for your nostrils. Okay, here we go. We're going to put a little breadcrumb in here now because this is wet. I just take a country bread. Sometimes I remove the crust when I make it with fish, but with this I don't need to. And we're going to mix all this up, friends. And you see I got the cheese and all that stuff prepared in advance because otherwise it doesn't work that way. So this is the best way to do it. Hello. And turn it on. And we're going to have a nice moist breadcrumb, friends. And we're going to put on top of the roast, you see? You can use it on fish. It's delicious. I use it on salmon. Somewhat similar, not exactly the same, but you see, look, it's nice and wet, friends. See? We want to keep it that way, yeah? A little bit more. And we're done. We're going to put it in a bowl. And we're done, friends. We are now going to put this in a bowl. And when we're ready to cook it, we're going to put the Dijon mustard first. And then we're going to put this on top of the roast. All right, so we're going to wait a little more for the roast to be ready. Okay, friends. It's best if you wait at least 3-4 hours, my friends, if you have the time. It's even better if you do it the night before. All right, so remember, this is, see, it changes color after the salt has had an opportunity to get away some of the moisture in there. It's really nice. So now, friends, we're going to put some black peppercorn on it because I haven't put any pepper so far. And then we're going to season it with a mustard, and we're going to put a crust on top. And then we're going to bake it. And we're going to do a reverse sear, which means actually we're not going to sear it. We're going to cook at a very low temperature until it gets to what we want. We're not going to sear this one because it's going to have a nice, beautiful crust. And so here we go. We're looking good. So now I got the breadcrumb that we did earlier. I got some Dijon mustard. I'm going to put Dijon mustard in there, friends. And we're going to rub a gentle layer. You know, we don't have to be too thick in it, because you put too much, it's going to be too much. Some philosopher than I am today. You put too much, you're going to have too much. Yeah, that would be it. What I meant to say, and I don't explain it good, if you put too much, it's going to run. And then it's going to take whatever it has with it. You see what I mean? I never, you know what? I got to move over there. It never, that's what I meant to say. I meant to say that it doesn't stay on because it's too much. I tell you, my friends, it's a good thing you're patient with me because I love doing this. It's sexy. See? I like it. Okay, enough now. Now we're going to put the breadcrumb. Let me put this over here. I'm going to wash my hand. And then I'm going to take a spoon to put it on. So that I don't, I got the spoon over there. You see? I'm glad I didn't go directly into the jar of mustard. This is the breadcrumb. Now I want to show you, friends. The breadcrumb, it sticks to itself. You see, look. It's because of all the wet stuff we put in there. It smells amazing. We're going to put it on there. This is a very simple roast to do, friends. It's very simple. It's kind of like the same crust I use for a rack of lamb. And then we really got to pack it in, friends. We got to pack it in. Pack it in, pack it in. You know what I forgot, guys, is a canola oil. I want to put a little canola oil spray on it. I got one over there, if you'd be so kind to get me one. I always forget something. A little canola oil spray will be kind of nice in there. Just a little bit. We don't need a lot. We don't need a lot, you see. Just a little bit. Or any kind of olive oil spray or something. We want to get a little bit of oil in there. A little spray would be kind of great to have in there, friends. You see, I forgot to put it in. Oh, here it is. Beautiful. That's perfect. That'll be just great. So look, friends. Yes. Right over there. Thank you very much. See, so now look, guys. Pack it in, pack it in, pack it in. Pack it in, pack it in. You see the way I'm doing it? You really got to be like packing it in. See, now we don't need to salt it because it's already in there. Really, friends, be very, very pack it in. Be very pack it in. Yep. We're getting there, friends. Look at this. It's already beautiful. So, a little bit of canola oil spray. Very little, very little, very little. I'm talking about like, see, just a little bit. That's going to hold it together nice. Voila. Boom. Voila. That's it. Now, I'm going to put it on the rack, friends, because I saved the bones. And then we can give that to somebody else that wants to eat it, and then we'll put it right in there. You see? Now make sure it's nice packed in then, friends. You're going to lose a little bit of crumb. Don't worry. It's not a problem. Okay, we're going to get rid of the one on the side. We don't need it. Right there. And pack it in. Okay, one more thing, friends. Let me wash my hand one more time. I got to show you the important thing, friends, which is where to put your thermometer. Remember, we're going to cook it at a very low temperature. We're going to cook it at 240, 250 degrees until we get to an internal temperature of 120 degrees. And then we're going to take it out. We're going to let it rest. As long as 45 minutes, not a problem. And then when we're ready to eat, we're going to go back in the oven at 550 and give it a beautiful crust on the outside. That's a beautiful way. That's an easy way to cook the prime rib, you see? Right? So now we're going to put it in the middle. Let me see. Let me make sure. I don't know if you guys can see, but I got to go in the middle. I'm trying to get you guys so you can see it. I go right in the middle, and I'm going to go and I'm going to stop right there. So I'm going to be about right here. So basically, I'm going to put it in about that much, you see? So I go in right in the middle, right there, and I put it in about that much. That's it. That's all I got to do. I can leave it like that in a pan. It'll be perfectly fine. And this guy right there, I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to plug it in. My oven is 250. So let me just go and put it in the oven, okay? Hold on. Don't go anywhere. The oven was a little hotter than I want. I wanted at 250. 250. And what do I got? Oh, it's a little higher. So 250 is what I want. And then I'm going to put my thermometer in there. And I'm going to tell it, let me know, thermometer, when it's 118 degrees. So at 118 degrees, it's going to give me a warning, beep, 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 beep. I'm going to take it out, and then we'll come back, and I'll show you what I'm going to do, okay? So let's do it. So it could take a good I did the one on the bone. It took almost 3 hours. This one right there is probably going to take a good 2.25 hours. We're going to find out. I'll tell you exactly how long it took, okay? Okay, friends, it's almost 3 hours, so I'm going to take it out. I got about 118 degrees, friends, so I'm going to take it out. Let me unplug this thing, and we're going to put it back here, friends. And we're going to, yeah, mamma mia. So we're going to let it rest, friends. You see? And the beauty is, I didn't tell you, but I put an aluminum paper in there because sometimes, even if it's a low temperature, friends, it's the aluminum paper gets a little, the aluminum paper. The roast gets just a little too brown because, remember now, we're going to let it rest because, you always have to let a piece of meat rest before you cut it, otherwise you lose all the juices, right? We want to make sure the juice have an opportunity to redistribute out. So we want to let it rest. And the cool part about this recipe, friends, is you're going to be able to let it rest. And then when you're ready to eat, you can let it rest at half hour, 45 minutes. You're going to see when it's going to get cold. It's going to get a little colder, yes, indeed. But it's okay because this is not completely finished. What we're going to do when we're ready to eat, we're going to pop it in a 500-degree oven. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my oven right now. I'm going to put it as high as it gets. And then I leave it in there 10, 15 minutes. It's going to get beautiful. And then we're ready to eat. And at that point, we don't need to let it rest anymore because it already rested. Okay? This is just to finish it up. So I'm going to let it rest right here about a half hour. And then we're going to pop it in the oven. And then few minutes to get a beautiful golden brown. And then we're going to slice it. All right? We'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, friends. Been 30 minutes. You can leave it up to 45 minutes, but 30 minutes is enough. My oven is 500 degrees now. We're going. Just a few minutes, okay, friends? And voila. Let's go. And it's only going to take a few minutes, 10, 15 minutes at 500 degrees, and we're going to get a nice golden crust, and we'll be ready to slice it. We don't have to wait anymore. Okay, friends. We're going to take it out of the oven. It should be beautiful, golden brown. Woo! There you go. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So now at this point, friends, remember it's on the bone. And we want to take it out of the bone. And so we probably can take one of those guys. And, you know, I had two of them before. And somehow I lost one. But I got it. I got another one. And we're going to take it out of there. Let's take out the whole thing. And we'll take it out of the... the bone, what is on the cutting board. So now at this point, friends, we don't need to let it rest anymore because it already rested. So it's ready for us just to go. So we're going to take it out. Remember, the bones are just, they're not even, they're just attached to it. And this is a beautiful, you can slice it like that and give your guest. Or you can take them and finish them up quick in a fry pan and give it a little Maillard reaction if you wanted to do this. That would be really cool also. So now, friends, all we got to do, that's the beautiful thing about not having to worry about the bone, not having to worry nothing. Not having to worry nothing. All we got to do now, friend, is cut it. And cut yourself a beautiful slice. And it's really that simple. There's no bone, there's no nothing to make. The smell of the horseradish and sun-dried tomato crusted there, my friends, is amazing. So how big or small of a slice you cut, it depends how hungry your guests are and what it is you want to give them. Obviously, the outside pieces are going to be a little more cooked than the inside pieces. But you see, I have a slicer. So, you know, remember, I like it rare to medium rare. It's up to you how you like it, my friends. And this right there is rare to medium rare. And it's absolutely gorgeous. So, remember, for those of you that like it more cooked, that's the way I like it. I like it rare, medium rare. Remember, you let it more cook. You cook it at 130 degrees, and it will be cooked more for you. It's up to you. It all depends how you like it. There's no right or wrong here. It's really up to you. I took it out at 118. You take it out at 125, 127, and let it cook to 130, 135, and then you'll have more of a medium rare medium. It's really up to you. That's the way I love it. This is going to melt in my mouth. This is gorgeous. This you can see right there. The spinoli mussels right there is going to be there. This is going to be beautiful, my friends. Look at this. Look at this. This is going to be like perfect. Oh. Oh. And you see, it's very elegant. Look how beautiful and elegant it is. Gorgeous. Also, friends, we're going to serve it with the au jus. This is the au jus that we made. We have a link right there for this. Oh. So, friends, let's hope you make it. We're going to slice the pretty, make a beautiful thumbnail out of it. This is another way to prepare a prime rib. Friends, I hope you make it. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. Thanks for watching. Okay, friends, I almost forgot to show you something very important. You see, the reason why we cooked it slowly at the beginning and finished with a high heat at the end is to avoid the gray line. If you notice, it's cooked to perfection from one end to the next, same exact one. So it's very important to cook it slowly first, okay? I just want to make sure I didn't forget to show you that.